At night, when the world is quiet, the questions come. What's next? Will I be okay? The silence only makes them louder. The future feels hidden in fog, uncertain and out of reach. We long for answers, but all we have is hope and the courage to keep going. The pressure to have it all figured out is immense. It comes from everywhere, from the highlight reels of social media, from the well-meaning questions of family and friends, and from the relentless voice of our own inner critic. We see others who seem to move through life with such confidence, their path straight and their future secure. We see their successes, their milestones, their picture-perfect moments, and we can't help but measure our own messy, uncertain journey against their seemingly flawless one. It's a comparison game that we know we can't win, yet we play it over and over again. This comparison leaves you feeling stuck, or worse, hopelessly behind. It feels as if everyone else got a map at the start of their journey, a detailed guide that shows them exactly where to go and what to do. But you look down at your own hands and they are empty. You feel like you're standing still while the world rushes past you in a blur of motion and progress. The fear of making the wrong decision can be paralyzing, freezing you in place. So you wait, hoping for clarity, hoping for a sign, but often the waiting only deepens the sense of being left behind. Overthinking becomes your constant companion. You analyze every possible choice, every potential outcome, until your mind is a tangled web of what-ifs and should-haves. You trace every decision back to its source, wondering if a different turn somewhere in the past would have led you to a better present. This mental exhaustion is draining. It saps your energy and clouds your judgment, making it even harder to see a clear way forward. Instead of bringing you closer to an answer, the endless cycle of overthinking only pulls you deeper into the fog of your own anxiety and fear. It is in this place of deep worry and uncertainty that you find yourself today. You are not here because you are weak or because you have failed. You are here because you are human and you are carrying a burden that feels too heavy to bear alone. You long for relief, for a moment of quiet, for someone to gently take the weight of the future off your shoulders and tell you that you don't have to carry it by yourself. You are looking for hope, for a promise that your story is not over, and for the grace to simply take the next step even when you cannot see the path ahead. Endless loop of what if becomes a shadow following you everywhere. Each question, what if I choose wrong? What if I miss my chance? Adds weight you carry alone. You get trapped in a maze of thoughts, searching for certainty that never comes, while fear convinces you to stand still. But peace comes when the what-ifs fall silent and you finally breathe, trusting you are held in gentle hands. Overthinking and comparison can leave you feeling stuck, like your feet are encased in concrete while the world moves on. You're frozen in uncertainty, caught between a past you can't change and a future you can't see. The fear of making a mistake becomes a cage, and inaction feels safer than risking failure. But you long for the thaw, a moment of hope, when you finally take that first small step forward. Beneath all the worry and fear, there's a deeper ache, the ache for direction. It's the soul's longing to know your life has meaning, that you're part of a larger story heading somewhere on purpose. This restlessness isn't a curse, it's a call, a quiet knock inviting you to seek something more. And here in this vulnerable place, a new story can begin. There is a story in the Bible about Abraham, an ordinary man living in the city of Ur. One day, God called him to leave everything behind, his home, his family, his certainty, for a land unknown. There was no map, only a promise. Abraham stood at the edge of the unknown, faced with a choice: stay in comfort or step forward in faith. Leaving everything behind is never easy. Abraham left his home, friends, and all he knew, stepping into the unknown with only faith to guide him. He faced doubts, fears, and questions, yet chose to trust God's call over the comfort of certainty. Like Abraham, you're invited to let go and step forward, finding true security in faith one step at a time. So Abraham went. He packed up his belongings, gathered his family, and started walking without a map, trusting God to guide him. Each step was an act of faith, the path revealed only as he walked it. God gave just enough light for the next step, not the whole journey. Like Abraham, we're invited to walk into the unknown, trusting the one who knows the way. Yeah, Abraham's journey was filled with long, silent stretches. No new word from God, just the sound of his footsteps on dry earth. It's in these quiet seasons that faith is truly forged, trusting God even when all you hear is silence. The silence isn't absence, it's where God does his deepest work, preparing you for what's ahead. Abraham walked with a promise lighting his path. God said, "I will make you into a great nation, and you will be a blessing." This promise was his anchor in the unknown. Like Abraham, you too have promises that can light your way. Trust the promise giver and take the next faithful step. For so long you've seen "I don't know" as failure, but what if it's freedom? Admitting "I don't know" is not weakness. It's an act of faith, letting go of the pressure to have all the answers. It's an invitation for God to guide you, to be the light for your path when you can't see the way. Like a child holding their parent's hand, you don't need to know the way. Just trust the one who leads you home. One of the most painful lies uncertainty tells you is that you're behind. You see others' milestones and feel lost, as if you've missed your chance, but you're not running the same race as anyone else. God's timeline is unique for you. The waiting, the wandering, the confusion, these aren't wasted seasons. They're where God shapes you, preparing you for what's next. You are not behind, you are being led. Your current place is not an accident. God is guiding your steps, even in uncertainty. Like a shepherd leading through valleys, God uses these times to bring you to deeper faith. When you feel left behind, remember, your journey is divinely guided, not measured by others. Release the anxiety of comparison and trust the guide who walks with you. Your view is limited. You only see a few steps ahead, and the rest is hidden in fog. It's natural to feel anxious when you can't see what's next, but God's perspective is different. He sees the entire journey from beginning to end. The unknown that frightens you is already known to Him. He knows every challenge, every blessing, every turn ahead. You don't need all the answers. You just need to trust the one who holds them. When worry overwhelms you, remember, God sees the whole picture. Surrender your need for control and trust His vision. He is weaving every moment into a beautiful story of redemption. You are safe, seen, and being led home. If your heart is heavy with worry about the future, know this: you are not alone. Anxiety about what's next is a universal human experience, not a sign of weak faith. God isn't disappointed in your fear. He understands and has compassion for you. He's not waiting for you to figure it out. He's right beside you, ready to listen. Remember the disciples in the storm. Jesus met them in their fear and brought peace. In the same way, He meets you in your uncertainty. Bring your fears to Him right in in the middle of the mess. You are seen, understood, and loved right where you are. You're not being judged for your doubts. You're being invited into deeper relationship. He calls to the weary, "Come to me and I will give you rest." This rest is a gift, not something you have to earn. You don't have to carry your burdens alone. God is already where you're going. Your future is His present. He's prepared the way, and you'll never face a moment alone. Your only responsibility is to take the next small step, not solve everything at once. God gives you just enough light for today, not for the whole journey. Maybe your next step is a simple prayer, reading a promise, or reaching out to a friend. These small acts of faith are what shape your journey. Walk with God into the unknown, not with a perfect map, but with trust. Let go of the need to understand everything. Your future is safe, not because you control it, but because God holds it. He knows the way, He knows your name, and He will not let you go. Trust the guide, not the path. One step at a time is enough. Faith begins with an invitation to trust, and that means letting go. You don't have to control every outcome. God asks you to open your hands. Holding on tightly only brings exhaustion, not peace. Letting go feels risky, but it's the path to freedom. Trusting God is an active choice. God, I trust your hands more than my own. Imagine the peace of releasing tomorrow's worries and trusting God for today. This surrender isn't passive, it's powerful. The courage to let go is a gift you can ask for. God's grasp is more secure than yours. He invites you to rest in Him. Discover the lightness of a life lived in dependence on Him. When you let go of control, you open your hands to receive. An open hand is a sign of humility and readiness for God's gifts, even if they look different than you imagined. God wants more than to guide you. He wants to walk with you as a friend. Share your heart honestly with Him. He welcomes your worries and fears. The invitation to trust is open right now. You can simply pray, "Jesus, I let go of my need to control. I put my trust in you." This isn't a magic formula, but the start of a new journey. When you trust Him, you're never alone. He promises His constant presence. The fears may not vanish overnight, but you'll have a shepherd to guide you. He will hold you fast through every storm, all the way home. The journey isn't over. Your path still stretches ahead, shrouded in the gentle mist of tomorrow. You don't need all the answers or a detailed map. Just take the next step in faith and prayer, trusting the one who guides you. He is already there, waiting for you with open arms. You are not alone. He will be with you because grace still speaks.